That's so good.
And she's going to
Oh, look, I
DC
can
to work
get
for
it
a
forward.
and she's head honcho in a small school.
Yeah.
Pictures everywhere.
Right over.
She's in negotiations for a federal project. Yeah, but they're working on it. They're gonna put it in California. No, shit.
Right next to the cult.
This is gonna be the third.
I only know that from sitting in class watching. Sure.
I really, you should strongly consider making the cult.
No, 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 she.
I think it is, right?
How about the 12th person?
I like to try to face swap for the days in the
Ooh, I
background.
like that. Ben, how would you feel about replacing the 12th man with the 12th spirit?
I would encourage everyone to listen to Hamilton, and that will solve all of your problems, including that.
How about the 12th human?
That's what I was saying, the 12th
Yeah, like,
human.
Yeah,
oh
man,
my
no
god,
way.
who is that?
How would you not?
Where are your thoughts on this?
You said, oh,
Oh my
we're
God.
in full lobby right
Yeah.
now.
Oh, guys! Okay, I have a question for you.
No.
So the public policy housing, I got on the wait list for it, but then, they offered me a bed. But, yes. But the way they do it is they have apartments, and it's kind
Are you, wait, who are you gonna be with in DC?
like, what?
I thought you were gonna be a senator, right?
Uh-huh.
I wasn't throwing
Yeah.
that at you, by the way.
Corner.
I'm kind of more behind that.
Right.
Do you have a spare bed?
Okay, what's the question
Yeah.
now?
So I got an email from whoever runs the entrance.
Senator Corey, can I use your DCL?
How would you feel about living in a co-ed apartment? Then he said, we'll be in a room, we'll be talking to other girls, and then there will be 2 men, and then the man is transitioning to a female. And I'm like, well, I don't have any qualms with living with a bunch of people, but living with 2 other men might cause some problems with my husband, so, do that. We'll see.
Well, I feel since there's so many of you, that it's not as weird as if it was just
Yeah.
you and.
Yeah, I think, I don't know how big the apartments are, but they make it seem like the women,
I think it's pretty big.
I think the women share a room and
Yeah.
a bathroom. and
I
then
could.
There you go, here are the notes.
List of the recommendations.
Yeah, that's it. Mine's pretty easy, actually.
I've just told her,
I feel like,
let me speak with my- because I'm married and
actually I do.
about-
I actually got it down to 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Good.
Last time it was 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
That's not available.
I believe in God. I probably need more than 3 myself.
Really?
Hello.
Howdy. Howdy.
How are you guys?
Hi.
All right, nice to meet you in person. I know Tiffany and Rachel reached out to you. Nice to meet you.
Let me text Andy, he's gonna come up for this.
Okay, good.
I dropped by his office a minute ago to see if he was.
We've already eaten, but we have box lunches for you guys. I haven't eaten yet.
You're so nice. No, we're okay. We're
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go first. So I guess we're just waiting on you, Morris.
Well, the scheduled time is different. And so if I can't get him up here early, we'll start at 8:30, okay?
Hey, Stephanie. Stephanie. Stephanie? Stephanie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just so you know, this is gonna be like your moving space, so I thought you might wanna look at it. Let's just look right here, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, we almost.
All right, so we should stay in that.
Or just try to, I mean, it doesn't,
Okay.
you come off for 2 seconds.
Cool. Yeah.
I just
all
wanted
right.
to, because I think, yeah, anyway.
Is this one gonna go online or is it just for records or?
No, I think they try to promote it.
Okay, so like they put it on YouTube or?
They might, yeah.
Okay, okay.
I don't know.
If so, send me a link so I
Yeah,
can
yeah,
check it out.
certainly, certainly. Oh, I thought you didn't want that to happen.
No, I'm just wondering.
I don't know,
I'm not gonna say Barack Obama's gonna watch it. I'm just gonna say it's out there.
I think he cares. Who wants to know?
although my understanding is the speech that we gave last week will be online, so, I'm very excited for that.
Awesome. Okay.
I'm Rachel.
If it is, just send me a link. I'd love to
Nice to
see
meet
it.
you. I'm
Nice
also
picture.
Rachel. Love it. Fabulous.
Her name is also Rachel. It's not, she wasn't just saying that.
Your mother, I love her line of thinking. Fabia? Fatima. Nice to meet you.
Cynthia.
Cynthia. Nice. That's my best friend. Nice to meet you.
Howdy, Rachel. I believe we emailed several times. I'm Charles.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Hi,
it's
Charles.
good to see you.
Put a face with the name.
Yeah.
Ryan. Nice to meet you. Michael. howdy, I hear that's
Howdy,
like the
yeah.
A&M way.
Howdy.
Howdy, I'm Rachel.
My name's Ben.
Ben, nice to meet you. I'm a Red Raider, so
Oh.
I thought about wearing, I don't know, a pen or something, but then I
I'm from Lubbock, so basically.
it's okay.
I've been.
We love everybody around the state.
The rest of us, sorry, no friendship, but Ryan, he gets it.
Yeah, there's a little rivalry between our schools. I brought, these are our annual publication. I didn't know if y'all, did Tiffany bring these to you last time? Okay, well, I just wanted y'all to be able to have copies of the,
Oh, wow, that's great.
Tiffany came up with that. I'm very excited about
Yeah, I
that.
figure after.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, y'all can take several of those, and then we have our Think North American stickers. Now, we put these on our cars, so you don't have to put them on your car, but
Computer car.
you put it on your bag, on your laptop. And then, oh, if you would like, we've got some lapel pins. And, you know, I'm trying to make sure we're covered in the swag department. I know. Yes, put on your A&M pen. But everybody always looks at these and they're like, what's that? It's the
I got
perfect
hot sauce in my bag.
conversation
Swag.
starter.
Bill?
Okay, and then I have a few door prizes, but I'll save those.
Well, she has a, she was on a radio station last week.
Right. The winning team may end up surprised. I mean, not to put pressure on you or anything. Okay, well, you guys help yourself to all
She
that.
said something about having hot sauce.
Don't give it to the cow, they're
Are you alright? Yeah.
There's that
That step there, wow. Okay, yeah.
Is there a cord there that tripped you?
No, just a step. I just came walking.
What's the liability for the loss?
Okay.
Do we have the legal?
Okay.
Don't admit you're
Yeah,
all right
it
so
is
quickly,
right
we
there.
probably have insurance.
We're suing.
And we have a new legal problem here in the law school.
Oh.
Okay, no, I'm okay.
I'm so glad.
Okay, I'm gonna run out more from this. The sharp edge of that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
you
ran
put
right
your
It's like
hand down.
hit me.
I'm sure that you're all okay.
Yeah. No, I love this dress.
That's the worst part.
Oh.
Man.
You feel so
Sorry.
Your necklace.
We're off to a great start, guys.
I feel like we already really know you.
Like how your dress would have didn't hurt you, man?
No, I'm just. Cocktails for everybody.
Oh, that's terrible.
No, it's okay.
So sorry.
Here, we can show you where. Okay, yeah, I'll wear that. Okay. Yeah, I'll be very careful on this hair. Okay. Carry on.
I've literally done that like once a week for my entire life. I feel like we bonded.
Yeah.
We know we bonded. Oh, man. I only got my like green hair though. That name might have been like.
We email.
Yes.
I also email Ariel every once.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
All right.
Is she still with Masco?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
She
yeah.
is. She lives in Orlando.
Right,
so
yeah,
she's
yeah.
not able to
So-
come, yeah.
No worries. Good to see you.
Hi,
Hi.
love your
Good to see you.
giant thermos there,
Thank you.
that's it. Steam spirit at its best.
Definitely.
Is that coffee in there?
Iced tea.
Iced tea, all right.
Well, hydrated. Well, we'll throw it.
Yeah,
All right.
I love iced tea, I'm not a big coffee drinker.
We can get you one.
Do you have confidence in your
Would you like a- would you like a- don't think it'd be a prudent thing to do, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You trying to just give us a
Yeah,
picture?
We put them on our Instagram.
Those are so cool.
Yeah, no, they're very good.
Well,
We'll get you on the way out. We'll also have a video recording, just so everybody knows.
Okay, yeah.
Typically uses on, it can be recorded. I think it's already recorded.
Okay.
It's already recorded.
Okay.
It's literally my
Yeah,
favorite
that would be
thing.
great.
Besides my personality, obviously.
Is it with it?
We do, shirt or something?
I switch out my personality all the time. I go to Claire's, I ask for dealing, they give me. You don't do that?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, come to think of it,
Oh, okay, good.
yeah, what time?
You know, a lot of people see that.
I know, that's fantastic. Oh, I love it. Okay, good. Yeah, I'm happy to take
Sarah?
I just want to say where's that vote?
Okay, yeah. I'll try not to say anything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for marketing purposes, you know.
So, we can find out, find out.
But at least we're.
Are you okay? Do you wear a shirt, figure anything like that?
Would you like one?
They're offering a t-shirt to cover you.
All right.
I was like, it's tiny hole.
I don't want you to find out maybe
Holding the shirts for you. Yeah.
I actually do it.
Yeah. I might be getting a giant mug, because that's great for
For
sports.
the sidewalk one?
It's the biggest mug I've ever
Although I
seen.
think
Even better.
So is your
The biggest
green?
mug
Yes.
is made.
It's the biggest mug made, that doesn't surprise me.
Try it.
I don't think I would.
Okay, I'll put it in that.
And all we ask him is return a picture.
Okay, somewhere.
Where I should.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Okay. We follow y'all, I think. Post a
Because then, you know, if I had asked.
Hey, Ryan, why is it doing this?
Yeah, or maybe they're so, I was thinking, well, yes, and I was like, it's a pattern.
Travel, it doesn't
I
use
mean,
all-
I could, if I could shove my
Check item.
pants and shoes in there, they'd probably be.
Yes. What does TSA think about,
Well, you know, I should,
So it's just on.
Yeah, 7-year-old son.
Anyways, I'll study
But we
in
do
Southwest.
For engineering mind, kind of thing like that, so we lean towards this, if he stays in state, even as an alcohol, right?
Well, I think
I have an older brother.
Economics probably, yeah. Yeah. It's very important. Economics is broader than that.
I mean, it's only 7, so I'm kind of waiting a little bit, but now it's I know. But, no, I would love to, because I think that'd be kind of cool, we could put it in his room. I'll take it somewhere now, just to make sure we take it.
I'm gonna work for 3 years.
She got a job actually at the Federal Reserve.
Yeah.
I thought that when A&M moved to SEC, every thought played the next question they should have continued to play A&M game, just be with the other.
Move out there, Jackson.
Which one is it?
Iced tea. Yeah, I don't like sweet tea.
She could essentially put that on.
That'd be good, I might use that in my office. If I could drink one of those a day, that'd be a good amount. Very excited.
What don't you do it? Songs like what?
I saw something with it on the first one. Did they say North America?
They said
Interesting.
Legal office. They have 1.5.
Oh my goodness.
That should be the next step.
Bar. That's where I was volunteering. South Texas. Richie now, clerking at the court.
This was really let's, are you guys all ready to get started? You want a couple more minutes, whatever you want?
Oh, yeah, are we starting?
Whatever.
I think we're about, everyone's. Do you want the lights down or out or?
How do we turn off the walls?
Do you know how to turn them off?
These ones are already off.
Howdy, Professor Koo.
Before you hit the light switch, while everybody can see everybody, why don't we have all the students again introduce themselves to Tiffany and Rachel. Just start anywhere and go around. And tell them whether you're from the Bush School or from the law school.
I started out, Michael Sankey, second year law student here at the law school.
Okay, I'm Stephanie Gallo. I'm a second year at the Bush School.
Hi, I'm Charles Lincoln. I'm a third year law student. Oh, sorry. Somebody looked at me. I'm sorry about that. I'm Charles Lincoln. I'm a third year student at the law school. Sorry about that.
Go for it.
I'm James Dean, I'm at the Bush School.
I'll just take it. I'm Isis Gaver. I'm at the Bush School.
I'm Jessica Lesnell. I'm at 2L at the law school.
Benjamin Durker, I'm a second year at the Bush School.
I'm Cynthia Roberto, second year at the Bush School.
I'm Papa Yara, second year at the Bush School. I'm Rachel Murray, second year at the Bush School.
I'm Ryan Self, second year at the Bush School.
The second years are actually graduating.
Yep. We're all second years.
Okay. Well, graduation is next month?
2 weeks.
May 13th.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Yeah, for law school.
What do you guys?
Oh, you're
May
yours too?
13th.
Yeah.
Friday the 13th.
Yeah, and here it's a lucky day to graduate. It's good for the rest of our lives.
Right.
Future prospects are high.
Yeah. Oh, good, that makes next year for ours.
Well, whenever you all are ready, don't rush, but when you're ready, let's go.
Do you have a sugar? Oh, let me turn the wall.
Well, howdy. We're very excited to have all of you here today. This is the first presentation as part of the first ever joint capstone, the Bush School of Law, the Bush School of Government Service and the Texas A&M Law School. We'll be having actually two presentations today. The first one will be covering the harmonization of trucking regulations in North America, followed by a second presentation covering the impact of Buy American legislation in North America. I'm Ryan Self from the Bush School. I'm joined by my colleagues Isis Gaver and Jessica Lesnell of the law school. We'll be starting off today talking about harmonization of trucking regulations and trade barriers that exist within North America. The trucking industry is a significant player in the U.S. economy. Nearly 75% of all domestic commercial tonnage is moved by truck, or 9.2 billion tons of freight. That significant quantity is moved by nearly 3 million trucks annually, which traveled 397 million miles in 2010. About 80% of the country's freight revenues is moved by truck, an estimated $603.9 billion. At the borders, trucking transports the majority of the value of trade between the United States and its neighbors to the north and south. 56.5% of the value of trade between the United States and Canada, and 66.2% of the value of trade between the U.S. and Mexico. When it comes to exports, Canada is the United States' #1 export trade partner, with Mexico being #2. Since trucking is responsible for such a large portion of commerce and trade within North America, even a slight increase in cost or delay can have a significant negative impact on the United States economy. So in order to identify trade barriers that exist within the United States, both within the United States and at its borders, our team has sought to interview a number of stakeholders within the private and public sectors, and our very own President Michael K. Young. We sought to interview decision makers at the state and federal level, as well as private logistics companies and private trucking companies. We also supplemented these qualitative interviews with a look at the relevant research and literature in order to identify trade barriers that exist and potential opportunities for harmonization. So many of the trade barriers we look at today are what are known as non-tariff trade barriers. Now, non-tariff trade barriers are a form of restriction on trade that is not in the form of a tariff or a tax, but rather is enforced to be a restrictive licensing, permitting, or other requirements. An example might be a specific type of equipment requirement within states that require a truck to install this certain type of equipment that aren't required at any other state. So in order to be compliant, they have to stop at the border, install this equipment before moving on, of course increasing costs in compliance and increasing delays. It's difficult to talk about trade within North America without first talking about the North American Free Trade Agreement. The North American Free Trade Agreement, or NAFTA, began under President George H.W. Bush and was enacted in 1994. The initial vision of NAFTA was to eliminate nearly all trade tariffs among the United States, Canada, and Mexico, and it also sought to eliminate non-tariff trade barriers as well. As we'll see, however, throughout the presentation, although that was the initial goal of NAFTA, there's still a long way to go before that vision is fully realized. Another important document acting upon trade within the United States, the United States Constitution, or specifically the Commerce Clause. Now, the Commerce Clause grants Congress the power to regulate commerce within foreign nations and among several states and with Indian tribes. What is known as the Dormant Commerce Clause is the legal doctrine upheld by the United States Supreme Court that interprets the Constitution as prohibiting states from passing legislation that unduly burdens interstate commerce. So a major goal of our research project was to identify potential opportunities for harmonization among the states. So first we'll talk about one of the prior attempts at harmonization. In 2004, the United States Department of Transportation performed a uniformity scenario analysis for the Western Governors Association. They looked at 14 Western states in the United States, looking for potential impacts of increasing size and weight standards on LCVs, or longer combination vehicles that trucks that have 2 or more trailers. Looking at the impact of increasing the size and weight standards to a higher standard level. What they found as a result of their research was if with these higher standards there would be a reduction in miles traveled by trucks, a reduction in emissions, and a reduction in fuel costs. So several savings to the trucking companies and to truckers, as well as a reduction in total payment costs. So cost savings for government entities as well. However, due to the increase in the weight of these trucks, it would require a significant increase in investment in infrastructure such as bridges and tunnels to carry the added weight. However, although there were many potential benefits to this harmonization, these increase in these size and weight limits, the study concluded that it was not politically feasible due to weak support among elected officials at the state level. What the study concluded was that while the widely varying state laws appear to be inefficient, they are the result of political processes that have attempted to balance economic development concerns with concerns for safety and infrastructure protection. Strong support from elected officials of states within the region for change in truck size and weight limits has not been evident to date, and there is no compelling federal interest in promoting changes that are not strongly supported by the affected states. So now with that background out of the way, we'll begin our journey across North America. A number of stakeholders we spoke to in Mexico within the agricultural community brought up the issue of redundant and stringent agricultural inspections. For large Mexican firms, the USDA inspects produce on-site at these farms before they are harvested. After harvesting, the produce is then shipped via truck onto a warehouse just before the border, where cargo is unloaded and inspected. Each individual crate is inspected before loading onto the truck, where it then, if it passes the inspection by the USDA officials, then passes on to another warehouse at the border, this time inspected by Mexican officials, who then unload the cargo, inspect each box individually before loading it back onto the truck. After they pass, if they pass this inspection, then trucks then pass through an X-ray machine where U.S. officials look for drugs and undocumented workers. If the truck then passes that inspection, it then moves onto a warehouse just beyond the border on the United States side, where cargo is unloaded from, the trailer is unloaded from a truck operated by a Mexican operated truck onto a truck operated by a U.S. driver. Of course, this entire process can bring enormous compliance costs and delays